Good afternoon, everybody. Today we will discuss about the applications of chillation. Okay. In last lecture, we have seen the classification of chelating agents. Classification of chelating agents. After that, today we will discuss about the application of chillation. Applications of chillation means uses of chillation or the chelating agents. Metal chelates plays an important role in body metabolism and plant processes. Example: photosynthesis reactions, hemoglobin, enzymatic action, etc. Also, it has broad spectrum of applications in different fields such as medicine, detergents, dyes, food preservations, water softening and purification, analytical chemistry and research activities. Okay, various application we can see today. Which applications? Application of chillation or the chelating agents, two types, EDTA and DMG, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid and dimethyl glycine. Today we will discuss about the important applications of chillation, that is EDTA and DMG. First, use of EDTA as a chelating agent, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. In that picture we can see the structure of EDTA. EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, containing two ethylene groups. Okay, diamine tetraacetic acid means 2 amino group and 4 acetic acid group as shown in that figure. 2 ethylene group, 2 amine group or the 4 acetic acid. The structure forms ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, and EDTA is the most important chelating agent and widely used in the various fields, in medical field, in chemical industries or in laboratories. Okay, briefly we discussed about the applications of EDTA as a chelating agent. EDTA is very important chelating agent having wide application in analytical chemistry. It is widely used as its disodium salt due to its high solubility of water. It possesses strong chelation power and forms chelates with most of metals. The important use of EDTA can be discussed. First, removal of dissolved salt of iron from water supply. Okay, the presence of iron in water: A. Decolorizes bath tubes and lines. B. Forms sediments and standing. C. Also spoil the taste of tea. Use of EDTA prevents ill effects of iron without its removal from water. The dissolved disodium salt of EDTA in water forms very stable chelate with ferric ion containing 5-membered ring. Here, use of EDTA very important. Use of EDTA prevents ill effect of iron without its removal of water. The dissolved disodium salt of EDTA in water forms very stable chelate with a ferric ion containing 5-membered ring. There, iron is a central metal atom, and EDTA forms chelate and precipitate out, okay, and separate out. The presence of iron in water. Because of presence of iron in water, what happened? It decolorizes bath tubes and lines. It forms sediments and standing, and also spoil the taste of tea. Okay, use of EDTA prevents ill effect of iron without removal from water. The dissolved disodium salt of EDTA in water forms very stable chelate with a ferric ion containing 5-membered ring. Okay. Then next we can see that structure Fe3 plus ferric ion plus disodium salt of water, EDTA, disodium salt of EDTA, which is the reaction between Fe3 plus present in that water and dissolved disodium salt of EDTA. It forms iron chelate. Okay, iron is the central metal atom. Around that EDTA, that is iron chelate, is formed. Okay. Then second application, to prevent metal ions from precipitation. Citric acid, malic acid, lactic acid and tartaric acids are among nature's chelating agents. They keep the metal ions from precipitation in body fluids. In the same way, EDTA prevents precipitation of iron from well water and body fluids. Here, to prevent metal ions from precipitation, citric acid, malic acid, lactic acid and tartaric acid are among nature's chelating agents. They keep the metal ion from precipitation in the body fluids. The same way, EDTA prevents precipitation of iron from well water and body fluids. Okay. Then third one, water softening. It is done by adding sequestering agent, that is chelating agent, forming water soluble chelates, which combines with calcium 2 plus, Mg2 plus, etc. ions to form water soluble chelates. The water becomes soft. The most widely used sequestering agent is EDTA. What is water softening? Means hard water becomes soft water process. It is called as water softening. Then water softening is done by adding sequestering agent, that is chelating agent, forming water soluble chelates, which combines with Ca plus 2 Mg2 plus. What is hard water? Hard water is the water containing highly soluble forms of Ca plus, Mg plus, Fe plus and other metals, the silica etc. By using the sequestering agent like EDTA, it becomes soft water. It is done by adding sequestering agent, that is chelating agent, forming water soluble chelates, which combines with Ca plus 2, Mg plus 2 etc. ions to form a water soluble chelates. The water becomes soft. The most widely used sequestering agent is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay. Then next, food preservation. It is common observation that cut apple become brown in color, fats and oil become rancid, orange juice loses its flavor on keeping and on standing, green vegetables, vitamin C get spoils as the traces of metal ions present in them catalyze effectively the atmospheric oxidation. Addition of EDTA forms a metal chelate, preventing the damage. It improves the keeping qualities of food to a very great extent. That is, EDTA is used to prevent oxidation or to prevent damaging of that food, and EDTA is good as used as a good preservative or the preservation to keeping the qualities of food to a very great extent. Okay. The next, to evaluate total hardness of water. The known volume of hard water sample, that is Ca plus 2 and Mg plus 2 ions, is treated against standard EDTA solution using ureochrome black tea indicator. Hardness of water can be determined by using titrometric method. Here we can see in that method in practically we can see using ureochrome black tea indicator. The known volume of hard water sample, that is Ca plus 2 and Mg plus 2 ions, is titrated against standard EDTA solution using ureochrome black tea indicator, and hardness of water can be determined. Titrametrically, we can determine the total hardness of water. Okay. Then next, other applications: to detect and estimate the traces of copper in steel by using EDTA and dithiocarbamates. Next, in separation and purification of lanthanides, radioactive metals, purification of chelation is principle of chelation is used. Separation and purification of lanthanides, radioactive metals, principle of chelation is used. In qualitative and quantitative analysis, chelation plays very important role. In qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. What is qualitative and quantitative analysis? Difference between that. Qualitative analysis means measurement of its quality. Quality means it is acidic or basic, and quantitative analysis means measurement of quantity. Quantity means its weight, etc. In qualitative and quantitative analysis, chelation plays very important role as follows. First, EDTA is widely used for the estimation of almost all metal titrametrically. Example: aluminium, iron, cadmium, zinc, copper, cobalt, mercury, lead, calcium, magnesium, thorium, uranium, etc. Estimation of metals titrametrically, EDTA. Second, certain anions such as SO4-, ASO4-, 3, F-, FCN6-4, PO4-, 3, CrO4-, etc. are estimated titrametrically using EDTA. Third, most of commercial materials like alloys, ores, rocks, petrol, leather, cement, minerals, oils, paints, slags, etc. can be analyzed by EDTA. Next, it can be used effectively as a masking agent in most of reactions. Here, to mask means to lock. EDTA makes many metal ions and thus widely used in analytical separation and extractions. Okay. In medical field also used. It can be used as a medicine to treat copper and lead poisoning. Here, what is the role of EDTA? EDTA make a chelate with copper metal or the lead and forms chelate, and it separate out. It can be used as a medicine to treat copper and lead poisoning. Then second, removal of radioactive metals from body fluids. Removal of radioactive metals from body. Also, it plays role of chelation or forms chelate. EDTA, it is a chelating agent. It forms complex or the chelate with that radioactive metals or that other metals from body fluids and separate out, or the removal of radioactive metals from body fluids. Then third one, creams containing EDTA are used to treat skin diseases like dermatitis. For the skin treatment, EDTA is used. These all are the applications of ethylene diamine as a chelating agent. EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. That's application. First application, it is removal of dissolved salt of iron from water supply. Then formation of that ring, iron and disodium salt of EDTA to prevent metal ions from precipitation. Then third one, water softening. Then food preservation to evaluate total hardness of water. Then other applications are there. And then last, medical field, can be used as a medicine to treat copper and lead poisoning. Removal of radioactive metals from body fluids. Creams containing EDTA are used to treat skin diseases like dermatitis. Okay. Then next, chelating agent DMG, use of dimethyl glycine. Okay, it was discovered by L. Chengef in 1905 and was used by O. Bruneck in 1907 for the determination of nickel in steel. It is used. Use of dimethyl glycine. In the picture we can see the structure of dimethyl glycine. Okay. Determination of nickel. In the picture we can see the reaction Ni2 plus nickel metal plus dimethyl glycine in presence of ammonia. It forms chelates with the nickel. Dimethyl glycine chelating agent forms chelate with that nickel and forms a heterocyclic ring. That is bis dimethyl glycine second. Chelate is formed. Application: separation of nickel using dimethyl glycine. When sample solution is acidified and treated in 1% alcoholic solution of dimethyl glycine in presence of ammonia, the formation of scarlet red colored needle shaped crystals indicate the presence of Ni+2 in the given sample solution. Then second, DMG as a spot test reagent. As it is specific reagent for nickel, it is used in the qualitative analysis as a spot test reagent. Here sample solution is treated with a drop of 1% alcoholic DMG on a spot paper and the paper exposed to ammonia vapors. Appearance of red spot indicate the presence of nickel. Sensitivity as to 1 part nickel ion in 20 lakh parts of water. Second application, DMG as a spot test reagent. In the practically we can do that experiment which spot test reagent DMG for the separation of nickel. As it is specific reagent for nickel, it is used in the qualitative analysis, that is semi-micro qualitative analysis, and so it is used in the qualitative analysis as a spot test reagent. Here sample solution is treated with a drop of 1% alcoholic DMG on the spot paper and the paper exposed to ammonia vapors. Presence of red spot indicates the presence of nickel. Sensitivity as to 1 part nickel ion in 20 lakh parts of water. Third, estimation of nickel. A gravimetric estimation of nickel as to Na solution in first acidified boiled and 1% alcoholic DMG in excess is added to precipitate nickel as a scarlet red precipitate in presence of ammonia. The solution is heated for some time and cooled. After an hour it is filtered, washed, dried at 100 to 120 degrees centigrade, weighed and the amount of nickel is calculated by using relation weight of residue is equal to weight of precipitate into 0.2032. Practically we can determine the estimation of nickel. It is gravimetric analysis. Gravimetric analysis, it is the type of quantitative analysis by weighing. Gravimetric estimation, it is the quantitative analysis. Practically we can do that experiment. Gravimetric estimation of nickel as to nickel solution is first acidified, boiled and 1% alcoholic DMG excess is added to precipitate nickel as a scarlet red precipitation. In presence of ammonia, the solution is heated for some time and cooled. After an hour, it is filtered, washed, dried at 100 to 120 degrees centigrade, weighted, and the amount of nickel is calculated by using relation weight of residue is equal to weight of precipitate into 0.2032. Okay, gravimetry, we can estimate the nickel use of dimethyl dioxide DMG. The next application, volumetric estimation of nickel. The precipitation of nickel as NiDMG chelate is washed and then dissolved in 12 normal of H2SO4 solution. The solution is boiled and treated with 50 ml of 44% ferric sulfate solution. Then it is heated, cooled, diluted by water and 3 ml HPO4. It is treated against 0.1 normal potassium permanganate KMnO4 solution, and amount of nickel is calculated by using the relation 1 ml of 0.1 normal KMnO4 is equivalent to 0.007335 grams of nickel. These are the volumetric estimation of nickel. Then next, colorimetric estimation of nickel. Here Ni2 is oxidized to NiO4 by bromine water. Then it is treated with dimethyl dioxide in ammoniacal medium so as to produce intense red color, which is measured colorimetrically. Thus it is sensitive, selective and special reagent for nickel. Which reagent? Dimethyl dioxide. It is the sensitive, selective and special reagent for nickel. Colorimetric estimation of nickel. Using dimethyl glycine, or it is the sensitive, selective and special reagent for nickel, and it is also practically using colorimeter. We can use the colorimetric method for the estimation of nickel. Then last one, it is the gravimetric estimation of palladium. Palladium is precipitated as a yellow colored complex by dimethyl dioxide from dilute mineral acid solution and estimated. Also, it is also used in the gravimetric estimation of palladium like nickel. Palladium is precipitated as a yellow colored complex by dimethyl dioxide from dilute mineral acid solution and estimated. Okay. Here today's topic is completed. Our whole chelation topic is now completed here. In that whole topic, we see the chelation and chelating agents, difference between the metal chelate and the metal complex, then classification of chelating agents, that is various classification of chelating agent, then applications of chelations. Today we discussed the application of chelations, applications to chelating agents, use of EDTA and DMG, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid and dimethyl glycine, their structure, which structure of ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, then its application, removal of dissolved salt of iron from water supply, then formation of iron chelate, then prevent metal ions from precipitation, third water softening, food preservation to evaluate total hardness of water, other applications, medical field, use of DMG, dimethyl glycine, their structure, detection of nickel, It is their application. The DMG as a spot test reagent, estimation of nickel, volumetric estimation of nickel, colorimetric estimation of nickel, and the last one is the gravimetric estimation of palladium. These all are the applications of DMG and EDTA. Okay, here our topic is completed. Thank you.